Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So in case if you're feeling very insecure, if you're feeling lonely, or if you're feeling sad, this video is for you. So first of all, I want you to know that each one of us have a voices in our head, right? We have something that says, oh my god, you're meant to do this, you're meant to do that. I think like all of us have that, and if you keep ignoring your voices, it just keeps getting louder and louder and louder, and then it keeps getting in your way, right? We cannot ignore that. Yes, somehow it keeps chasing us down. So in case if you have a voice in your head that says you're supposed to do that, or it's calling, you're calling, don't ignore it. And I think it's important that we give attention to it. In my case, I was like, okay, somebody's already doing it and they don't need to, the world doesn't care, or like, what's the point? That's what I was thinking. However, now I have realized that each one of us have a story within us, a unique way of expressing, self-expression, or our unique way of influencing, or our unique way of impacting our lives. And I feel like each one of us have that, and we all need that. I learned that it's not about who have done it, or who is doing it better, or who is doing less. It's all about one's self-expression, right? It's all about one's inner story. It comes from the soul, it comes from one's heart. And I think we all need different sets of, we all need this kind of story, and we all need to hear your stories as well. So just don't give up and keep following, in case if you know what it is. Sometimes we don't know, but sometimes we know it, and somehow we ignore that because we're scared of what other people say, or we're scared of judgment, or we're scared of being rejected or something like that. So if you have that, it's not about who is doing it better, it's about what's coming from your soul, and a unique set of expression. And I think we need each other, we need to support each other when it comes to that. The second thing is that some of us, we tend to compare how others look, or how we look, and maybe because of that we feel insecure, thinking that she's more beautiful than me, or I'm not that beautiful, or I'm more beautiful than her, or something. We tend to compare that, but I feel like that's also wrong, because it's true that somebody can be prettier than you, or somebody can be hotter than you, or something like that if you compare. However, you can still be your own version of beautiful. I think each one of us can be beautiful. Maybe we cannot be like prettier like her, or maybe somebody can always be hotter than us, or maybe somebody can always be prettier than us. But beautiful, it is not defined by how one looks, or how one appears. It's not related to appearance or something like that. I think beautiful, it comes from within. It's about your mindset, it's about your energy, right? It's about your heart, it's about the positivity you give to the surrounding, or something like that. So each one of you, remember, you are beautiful, and you can be beautiful, your own version of beautiful. And that's also something that's related to your self-expression. So it all depends on how beautiful you want to be, and it's within your control. Another one I want to talk is about a sense of belonging. I don't know how many of you in here feels like you belong to something else. How many of you really feel like you belong to your person, to your family, or to your country, or to the place you're in? And it takes a while, actually. So I also have been thinking about this. I was like, where do I belong? And somehow, like, I feel like I strongly belong to a community, but I never felt belonged in a way that I wanted to be. And it takes a while to find that kind of thing that we call home. Sometimes that feeling of belongingness, some people might say it's a home, or some people might say it's a person, or something like that. But to me, I think it took a while for me to understand what I really want. And often, like, when I was reflecting on if I really belong to something else, I was actually shocked to find out that I didn't feel like I belonged to something else, or to someone else, or somewhere else. So that's when I realized, oh my god, so I have been surrounded by people, but I've never actually found a home in them, or never actually found a secure place for them. So like, I have learned that, in case if you are a partner of somebody else, if you are parents, or if you are a friend of somebody else, you have to have a safe space to hold them. You have to have a safe space of acceptance, of non-judgment, to let them know that you'll always be there for them whenever they need that. And I feel like I never had that in my life, and that's when I realized, oh my god, maybe I was alone my whole life, or something like that. It's like sometimes you can be surrounded by a lot of people, but still you can feel alone because you never had that kind of place, or never had that kind of security you are looking for, right? So after I have realized that that I've never actually found a place, or I've never actually been given that kind of safe space by anybody else in my life. I realize maybe that's why sometimes I feel unsettled. You know, it's the first time ever in my life that I've experienced anxiety or something like that here. I mean, after moving to another place, right? It's the first time. And so now what I've realized is that if you are looking for a place that you, if you're looking for a place that you call, oh my god, I don't know what, that you can call as a home, just remember that it's within you. Even if you try to find your home, or if you try to find your sense of security in somewhere else other than yourself, in the outside, you know, it can be your parents, your siblings, or your friends, or your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or your husband, or your wife, or whatever, you know. They're not permanent, they don't last, and somehow you have to come to terms that you have to find a place within yourself, a foundation, a strong solid foundation, so that it doesn't matter who leaves or who comes in your life, you can always have a home. Because if you make somebody else to be your home, or if you make something else to be your home, when that goes away, it breaks you down, right? And somehow that's when you realize you never had a sense of security you're looking for. So if you really want a secure place, if you really want permanent safe space, firstly you have to learn to find that foundation within yourself. And it's only when you do that can you do the same for others, and maybe others can reciprocate, or maybe others can give back to you. And I really wish that I have really prepared this well today, but I didn't. I was just waiting for my friend. I got bored and then I started talking here. But from next time on, I'll make sure that I am preparing a little bit more. But anyways, I hope that this video, you know, it helps you a little bit, even by 1%. And just know that the most important thing I hope you take from this video, even though I'm not the one to say it, or even though I'm not an expert, I just hope that it helps you, for those who feel lost. Because I have been lost, I have been confused, I have been in a place of darkness. Maybe I have been, yeah, in all different sorts of situations. And somehow sometimes it can be very hard. And yeah, so for those who are going through that kind of situations, I hope you know that one thing is to never ignore your inner voices or your inner calling, and the second thing is just know that you can be beautiful. Anyone can be beautiful in your own way. So yeah, be that beautiful. And the last one is try to find a home within yourself. That way somehow you'll be able to solve almost all of the feelings, or almost all of the problems you're facing right now. Bye bye, see you.